Bună dimineața și bun găsit la BU. Sunt Sabinei Iosub și vă invit să rămâneți alături de mine în următoarea jumătate de oră. O să discutăm despre ceea ce aici, la nivel european, înseamnă protecția consumatorului și, desigur, care este efectul în fiecare stat membru. Today, here with me in the European Parliament in Brussels is Andrey Kovatchev. Thank you so much for your presence.
Thank you.
It is important to understand together what is actually the consumer protection at the European level, but also in the member states, how it is implemented and what are the new discussions and decisions.
It is very simple. If we have a product with the same name and the same brand, need to have the same quality in all member states. We cannot accept that it's a different quality or different, if it's a food product, different taste or different sensor quality in the different member states. This is the approach which we have here in the European Parliament. We had a few decisions and resolutions on this topic that on European level and on the level of the national customer consumption protection organizations need to ensure that the producers produce the same quality in all member states and produce and sell in the same quality.
It's what we've called the double standard, and we know in the Eastern Europe that were on the market some products with less quality, but even bigger prices in some situations. So how can we actually tackle this?
We requested from the European Commission Joint Research Center to conduct every year such studies about different products with the same name and same producer, but both in the different member states, and to see indeed if it's true that there is a difference in the substance, in the quality, but also in the if it's a food product, in the taste. And indeed, the outcome was that in the last study that around 50% of the products are with the same quality and substance ingredients, but there are also some differences. Some producers are explaining this with the behavior or with the taste of the different population in the member states, which some people would like more sweet, some people would like not so sweet.
But nobody was asked, actually.
But it's a big responsibility also of the national customer protection organizations. They need also to monitor and to make a wake-up call if there's indeed a case where there should be some intervention by the national authority or by the European authorities.
What was the situation in your country, in Bulgaria? Were there conducted the studies? Did they found anything interesting?
Yes, Bulgaria also participated on the European-wide study, but also the Ministry of Agriculture in Bulgaria made 2 years ago such a study which was mostly on food products, and the outcome was that there is a not so big difference in the ingredients of the products. However, the number of the products was very limited, which was investigated, and this is why also the European Parliament requests to continue every year with such a study with different products which are bought in different member states.
What should the consumer know? What should a person do when he or she sees that something is different?
Very clear. Why everybody from us is a consumer. If we find out that a product have a different either taste or we think that it's a different there are different ingredients inside, then we should alarm and send a message to the National Customer Protection Organization on national level that they go deeper into investigation and, if needed, also to contact the European Commission to see how if it's true, first of all, and then secondly, if it's a sustainable issue which is to be followed, then we need to change legislation.
Due to pandemic, but also to digitalization, we've moved in online. Let's say we have a lot of things that were actually happening before pandemic in the physical life, in the real life. Let's say it's happening now online. We are buying online a lot of goods and services. We do school online. We do our job online in most of the situations. Let's see how this was changed also in terms of consumer protection.
This is extremely important point. This is why the European Parliament adopted on first read in the Commission the so-called Digital Service Act. Everything which is illegal offline need to be illegal also online. And the fight against fake products, counterfeit products, and misleading advertisement online in the big platforms like Facebook, Twitter, etc., need to be tackled. This is model for the rest of the world, because Europe is the first to come with such a big legislation online, with two pieces of legislation, Digital Service Act and Digital Market Act.
In terms of consumer protection, do you consider that is to be done more than we see now? Digital Market Act, Digital Service Act. Should each member state have a different legislation on this? What's your opinion?
I mean, this is valid subsidiarity. Everything what is better to be regulated on European level need to be done on European level. But also the national, this is why for the third time I would say the national customer protection organizations on level of member states need to be very active and to be the first point of entry for us, for the customer, if something is wrong or if we think something is wrong in the food sector, in the non-food sector, but also online. And we will see how this new legislation will work online. The responsibility to the big platforms very serious, that they fight also such misleading advertisement or fake products which are advertised on their big platforms.
What will 2022 bring to us in terms of consumer protection?
We learned from the pandemic that we need to be very careful what we see online, that we cannot trust everything. So we need to work on our critical thinking and to be clear that if something is wrong, we know where to go and where to not go, but where to write our complaint.
Thank you so much for being with us today and explaining us the situation.
Thank you.